Salvation, the bedrock of Christian faith, the promise of redemption, grace, and an eternal place in the kingdom of heaven. Yet even with such a central theme, there's a divergence of thought. Can salvation once obtained be lost? Today we journey through the beliefs of once saved, always saved, and contrast it with the doctrine of conditional security. Originating from Reformed theology, the once saved, always saved doctrine, often termed the perseverance of the saints, isn't merely a theological stance, but a reflection of how some Christians perceive the profound relationship between God and humanity. At its core, this doctrine offers a comforting reassurance. Once an individual genuinely commits their life to Christ, their salvation is eternally secured. Picture this. Imagine you're handed a beautifully crafted, indestructible chest representing your salvation. No external force can break it, and it's resistant to wear and tear. This chest is your bond with God. Even if it's momentarily buried under the sands of doubt, distractions, or worldly concerns, its integrity remains intact. You merely need to dust it off and rediscover its timeless value. But what underpins this belief, making it resonate deeply with many believers? The foundation of the once saved, always saved doctrine lies in several scriptural references that underscore God's unwavering nature. The Bible, especially the writings of Paul in the New Testament, emphasizes that salvation is a gift from God, not based on our deeds, but on His grace. Supporters of this doctrine often cite passages like Romans 8:38-39, which speaks of how nothing can separate us from the love of God. It's this steadfast, unconditional love that they believe ensures our eternal security. Moreover, proponents argue that this belief showcases a God of immense power and unmatched grace. If salvation could be lost by human error or misdeed, it would suggest limitations to God's saving grace or power. By emphasizing the permanence of salvation, they illustrate a divine whose gifts, once given, are irrevocable. This perspective paints a comforting tableau, a God whose love is so immense and absolute that no human act, mistake, or lapse can negate it. In their eyes, it's not about the strength or consistency of human faith, but the boundless, unwavering love of the Almighty. To many, this doctrine also offers a profound psychological and spiritual reprieve. The anxiety of constantly evaluating one's worthiness or fearing the loss of salvation can be overwhelming. In the once saved, always saved viewpoint, believers can find solace. Their spiritual journey, rather than being a tightrope walk of fear, becomes a path of gratitude, love, and deepening relationship with God, unshadowed by the perpetual fear of losing His favor. Contrastingly, conditional security offers a different narrative. It suggests that salvation, while undoubtedly a divine gift, requires the believer's continuous faith and commitment. To better visualize this, consider a ship guided by a lighthouse. The lighthouse, representative of God's ever-present guidance, continuously shines its light, ensuring the ship's safe passage. However, the ship's captain, the believer in this metaphor, must remain vigilant, adjusting the sails, steering the wheel, and making course corrections when necessary. If the captain becomes neglectful, even the brightest lighthouse cannot prevent the ship from veering off course or hitting rocks. Drawing from scriptures such as Hebrews 6:4-6 Peter 2:20-22, proponents of conditional security argue that it's possible for believers to stray far enough from their path that they risk losing their way entirely. Such scriptures suggest moments where believers, after having experienced the enlightenment of God, might fall away, emphasizing the gravity of such a departure. But it's essential to understand that conditional security isn't about living in constant fear of losing salvation. Instead, it underscores the profound relationship between God and believers. Just as in any deep relationship, there's an invitation to actively engage, to continually nurture the bond, to reaffirm commitments. It paints the spiritual journey not as a one-time event, but as a rich, evolving tapestry of experiences, choices, challenges, and renewal. To many adherents of this doctrine, this dynamic view of salvation brings both responsibility and empowerment. While it acknowledges the real challenges and temptations that can divert believers from their path, it also celebrates the power of free will, personal growth, and the continuous rediscovery of God's love. The debate between these views isn't new. For centuries, theologians, saints, and scholars have grappled with the nature of salvation. Early church fathers penned volumes, councils convened, and debates raged. The Reformation, with its seismic theological shifts, further intensified these discussions, shaping denominational beliefs that persist to this day. Why does this matter to you and me? At its heart, the way we understand salvation directly influences our spiritual outlook, our choices, and our relationship with the divine. The very fabric of our faith can be colored by these beliefs. When considering the once saved, always saved doctrine, many find solace in the idea that God's grace is unending and unyielding. This perspective can provide a profound sense of security, much like a child who knows they are unconditionally loved by a parent. Regardless of the storms or missteps in life, there's a foundational belief that the love of God remains steadfast. This can be incredibly comforting, especially during life's challenging moments, where our worth and our faith might be put to the test. However, this absolute assurance can also bring forth questions about accountability and spiritual growth. If salvation is irrevocably guaranteed, where does personal responsibility come into play? Does this mean believers are free to act without consequence, or does it emphasize the grace and mercy of God above all else? On the other hand, conditional security places the spotlight on the believer's active role in their spiritual journey. It suggests that salvation isn't just a gift to be received, but a bond to be nurtured, much like tending to a garden. This doctrine encourages believers to stay rooted in their faith, to prune away doubts and distractions, and to regularly water their spiritual understanding through prayer, study, and fellowship. Yet, this belief can also introduce anxieties about one's standing with God. If salvation is conditional, then is every misstep a step away from God's grace? How does one ensure they are on the right path? This perspective prompts believers to remain vigilant in their faith journey, continuously checking in with their spiritual compass and seeking guidance when feeling lost. Ultimately, both doctrines are paths to understanding the profound relationship between God and humanity. Whether you resonate more with the unwavering anchor of once saved, always saved, or the dynamic journey portrayed by conditional security, what's undeniable is that both perspectives encourage a deeper exploration of faith, grace, and our divine purpose. Like many profound truths, the nature of salvation might remain an enigma, a divine mystery that transcends human comprehension. But it's in the seeking, questioning, and connecting that our faith is forged and deepened. As we journey together through these theological landscapes, remember that the essence of faith is personal. It's about your relationship with the divine, the questions you wrestle with, and the insights you glean. In this quest, every challenge, every moment of introspection, and every discussion becomes a stepping stone, drawing us closer to the heart of the divine mystery. While we may never fully unravel the enigma of salvation, the journey itself becomes a testament to our unwavering commitment to seek the divine, enriching our spiritual lives in immeasurable ways. I invite you to reflect, question, and share. Let's enrich this discourse together. Drop your thoughts, reflections, and experiences in the comments below. And if this journey of exploration resonates with you, do hit the subscribe button. Let's continue to seek together.